Indo-Pacific is the region that extends broadly from India all the way to the Pacific Ocean, surrounded by Indian and Pacific Ocean, and includes an incredible diversity of countries and political settings, countries that have very high population, as well as countries that have very low population, different level of economy, but many rapidly developing economies. For example, Vietnam is one of the most rapidly developing economies here. Most importantly, this is an area of very high prevalence of cancer because of the high population. So 40% of cancer survivors around the world, or 40 million people, reside in an area of Indo-Pacific. So this is certainly an area where cancer survivorship care is a priority. It's also an area where we can actually learn from different models of care delivery that potentially would provide some useful insights on how we deliver cancer care across the globe. So, for example, as we've learned from the conference here today, there are a significant level of innovation in peer support, in patient navigation, in areas, countries with limited healthcare resources, where non-government organizations and patient advocacy organizations work to assist in care delivery. And these models of care are actually incredibly innovative, where patients themselves and cancer survivors provide additional support. I think that there is a diversity of needs in different settings, and I think we can learn from cultural differences in patients' needs. We can learn from comparing outcomes in different settings. For example, we've looked at the data in needs of patients across Indo-Pacific, and we've learned that issues like psychosocial care and fear of cancer recurrence are uniformly a big problem across the region to all cancer survivors in all settings. The symptom burden after cancer diagnosis is actually very similar whether you come from lower or high income country, but the access to healthcare is different in low resource economies. So I think that there is an opportunity in a region as large as Indo-Pacific, where countries with better resources, for example, Australia, can actually partner with countries that have more limited resources to develop partnerships, initiatives that can actually improve care, and potentially where partners can learn from each other. We've heard today about the partnership between survivorship programs in Korea, where there are some well-established programs in cancer survivorship, and the learnings from Korea to be adapted in the setting of Vietnam, where the resources are more limited. So I think that that's one of the examples. There are examples of research networks. For example, Australia has been hosting a program called Australia Asia Pacific Clinical Oncology Research Development, which is a program that is supposed to skill up emerging clinician researchers to design and conduct research in cancer. And that program actually invites participants from all over the region to learn how to conduct research, how to conduct clinical trials, how to publish them. So I think that's another way of actually partnering across the region.